Everybody, amprepairguy.com, 203-892-4119. Also, harbachelectronics.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. So we have another Ameritron Al811h here. Customer sent it in. I said he blew fuses, and I'm sure he had a tube issue. Didn't send the tubes, but we'll be getting a brand new set of Penta 572. So he said he had a grid overload board at some point. Put it in, took it out. So I noticed wiring's been messed up a bit over here. The power switch and also the standby operate switch, so I'll fix all of that. Looks like the insulation's been burnt off the negative lead for the meter lamps, so I'll fix that. This wire is fraying over here, and these ones are super stiff, so all 4 leads will be changed. There's one too many turns. Resistors have heated up. I'll check the tolerance. If they're okay, then I'll leave them be, but definitely have to remove 1 turn per coil, all 4 straps. Okay, so floor is also bent. It was packed well, so it didn't happen on its shipment to me, but you can see it's bent down a bit, so remove the rear panel and bend it back. So I noticed that the lead from the load cap was like almost right up against the plates at ground potential. So move it out of the way so I can show you. So I caught this. It had been arcing because the ones that rotate are at ground potential. So it's folded over. I don't really feel comfortable filing that down. It's either about two pieces of paper thickness width between each other. So, and that's like if they're fine. So look at that. Look how close, almost touching. And then you could see it like it'd been rubbing. I don't know. It's just arcing or something, and it's like smoothed out a little bit on the plate next to it. You can see the carbon kind of between the plates from arcing. See the gray stuff? So I'm going to swap that out. This was slipping anyway, like if I try to, I can't do it, I'll hold the camera, but the set screws are loose and it was slipping also. So I'm going to put a screw, I'm going to take the set screws out of that one and the nut off the, the knob off of the band switch, remove the nut that holds the band switch to the front panel. We fold that forward, and those set screws will be coming in anyway, but I'm going to put screws in, little short Phillips head screws, so I can really crank them down. They started doing that at the end of the production run. Get them a lot tighter than these Allen screws. These new SO239s. Slips right in and out. This one has a little more grip, but this one is bad, just slips in and out. So I told the customer about all this stuff. I sent them some pictures. I don't know if this is factory or not. Looks like someone after the fact unsoldered this lead and held on to it with pliers because the insulation's all damaged, and that doesn't look, that solder joint doesn't look like the other ones. Looks like a cold solder joint. So I'm going to look at the back of this board, make sure there's nothing weird going on there. Looks like there's a bad solder joint over here for one of the line wires. So we'll fix that. Socket assembly is going to come out, ground the grid connection for each tube socket right to the metal. Add gas discharge tubes, compress the socket clips, clean them. So I'll remove the gas discharge tube off the rear board and also the metal oxide varistor. Another thing. The red lead right there, almost touching the capacitor. So remember, the fixed plates are hot. So not the rotating one, but the fixed one. So I'd say it's about 1/8 of an inch away. So I'll move that away and zip tie it. See the transformer's tilted over here. It's not wobbling or anything, but Okay, so I'm gonna get to work. Stay tuned. Websites are amprepairguy.com and also harbackelectronics.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. 73 for now. Okay, so I grounded each grid connection to the chassis and added the gas discharge tubes, touched up on solder joints, and it's ready to go back in. See you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so the gas discharge tube's been removed off the rear board, also the metal oxide varistor. Okay, so I'm back with the completed Ameritron Al811h amplifier. Customer wants a video of it working on 40 meters. It's on 40, there are the settings. Radio set to roughly 70 watts. Bird 43 meter with a factory Bird PP kit installed, and it's turned on. 1 kW slug, and it's going into a Bird dummy load. Amp, audio hello, 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 800, 800, 800. Audio hello, turn it down, that's actually a little too high. Audio hello, 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 audio hello, hello, hello. So you always want to stay at the max output rating or less. So turn the radio down a little bit. Tit, 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 tit. Hello, hello, 800, 800. Still a little over 800 there, but you get the idea. Audio hello, 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 hello. Audio hello, 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 hello. Audio hello, 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 hello. Audio hello, 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 tit, 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 tit. Audio hello, 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 hello. And she's working as she should. Tit, 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 tit. Audio hello, 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 hello. Okay, so I'll continue testing the other bands, and then I'll take the cover off and show you everything I did. See you soon. Stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. Back with the inside of the Ameritron Al811h. This needed a whole bunch of stuff. So first off, the load capacitor was damaged. Let's see. Pull the whole capacitor out, put a new one in. Replace the SO239s with brand new ones from Max Gain Systems. So these resistors were out of tolerance, and look, they got hot. So it's likely because of the extra turn. Sometimes they run okay, but a lot of times they don't. So when you see that overheating, then you got to take care of it. I just take care of it all the time now. So remove the metal oxide varistor off the rear wall, the gas discharge tube, put the longer screws in the plate choke, one at the bottom and one on the top. See the new board, I actually replaced the whole board, new resistors, proper amount of turns, brand new straps. Replaced the meter protection diode that was shorted. Fixed the wiring over here, zip tied everything nice. Zip tied the wiring where it goes behind the bracket here. Grounded each connection to the metal, 1 grid connection per tube socket. Added the gas discharge tubes below, replaced one of the retainer clips for one of the cathode / filament connections on the tube socket. You see the brand new SO239s, great connectors from Max Gain Systems. Brand new set of Penta tubes. Penta 570 tubes. The only way, Penta 572B tubes. The only way I'll work on an amp with 811s is if you put 572s in. Just way more headroom, and you don't have the problems you have with the other with the Chinese-made 811s. I'm not saying anything, bad about them, but when they're in an RF amplifier, you're right at the edge of the rating, and look, it just pays to, if you send an amp in to me, you get them at the dealer price, so they're less money, and just you don't have to worry about flashing and other bad stuff happening like you do with the 811. Okay, so here's the new air variable capacitor on the load side. I resoldered everything nice. I tightened the connection on the plate air variable capacitor where it goes up to the output network. I zip tied the wire for the bias modification away from everything. I soldered the lead for one of the padding caps over here. It wasn't soldered, it was just they wrapped the wire around it and didn't solder it. So Fixed the solder joint on this lead right here for the line. It had some solder on it, just not great. So I cleaned the input rotary switch with deoxit gold, output rotary switch with deoxit gold. I bent this back the best I could. It's not affecting anything, so the floor's bent down a little bit, but it's not, you know, it's not wobbling or anything, so let it be. You know, you can't tell unless you look down below it. So I think that covers about everything, and she is now good to go. I don't know if I said it before, but I think I did. But clean the band switch with deoxit gold. So if you need an amp repaired, feel free to give me a call. Phone number is 203-892-4119. Websites are Harbach Electronics and amprepairguy.com. Also put heat shrink over that negative lead for the meter lamps where the insulation was damaged a little bit. And compress the socket clips ever so carefully. So she's good. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Today's Friday. I have some Harbach kits to fill, and by the way, the TL922 kit is now it's now marked back in stock. So if someone needs a 922 screw-in type filter cap kit, you can order them while they last. Have a great day. So I forgot to add that I added the Phillips head screws so they're cranked nice and tight for the vernier reduction drives. So have a great weekend. 73.